Hey guys and gals, Aaron here with Functional Aesthetics in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and welcome to this third video in my Healthy Shoulders video series. Today we're going to be talking about how to balance out your chest muscles, do some stretching there, balance out the anterior chain with the posterior chain, and then we're going to work on some external rotation exercises to help you maintain that opened up position once you've stretched out your chest muscles. A lot of times you're working when you're at a job or you go to the gym, and if all you're doing is pushing, pulling type exercises, pushing and like curling type exercises, you're going to develop that internally rotated posture here, which you really need to be working a lot more on your back, especially if you have a job that is more of an office type job where you're working in front of you on a computer all day. You should spend that much more time working on your back instead of on the front. So following the chest stretches, we're going to do some external shoulder rotation exercises to help balance it out so you don't fall back into that faulty posture. Okay, so here we are at our first exercise. This is going to be to stretch your chest. So what we're going to start by doing is laying flat on this bench here. We're going to lay face up, and we're going to warm up doing some chest presses just to warm up that area, using some light dumbbells. Just do a few reps of that, and this is how you do it. Okay, so after you've warmed up, bring those dumbbells down in a neutral grip position, then externally rotate at the forearm and lower it down towards the floor like you're doing a curl, or the negative portion of a curl. Once you get there, you're going to externally rotate at the shoulder and slowly let that weight drag your arms back over your head. If it's real tight, you might just need to camp out in one area. And you just sit there. When it feels like you can't take it anymore, or it's not stretching anymore, then just simply let the dumbbells go, sit back up. So there you have it. You can do that a couple different times. Do that in between sets of the other exercises I'm going to show you in the next clip. And we'll go to that one now. Okay, so our second exercise here is going to be a face pull. We're going to use this rope here, cable machine. It's primarily an exercise for your rhomboids. Helps to retract the scapula or your shoulder blades. How you're going to do this is line it up, step back far enough so that it's at about, the rope is in line with your face, pulling down at maybe a 25-30 degree angle, depending on what your height is. And you're going to hold it for a second in the contracted position and go back. So just like this. Pull it towards your face. It lines up with about your eyes, about eye level. And do that for the required amount of reps. Okay, we'll move on to our next exercise. Okay, so here we are at a third exercise. This one is very similar to the previous exercise. The difference is that instead of with the rope, you couldn't turn it. So this one's going to add a component of external rotation to the shoulders. So instead of just bringing the shoulders back like this, you're going to be able to also externally rotate it. Almost looks like a front double bicep pose for like bodybuilding or something like that. So for this exercise, you don't need a whole lot of weight. It's actually better if you do higher volume with lesser weight. Probably 10 to 30 pounds should be sufficient depending on your size. This one right here is about 20 pounds. So what you're going to do, I'm going to wrap it around these bars here. And position the band so that it feels like a natural line of pull, probably around face level or slightly higher. You're going to extend your shoulders out and bring it back. So you're out, starting with that row. So grab with an overhand grip, thumbs pointing towards yourself. So as you grab, you can externally rotate into that position. You grab with an overhand, come this way, That's the advantage of the band, is that you're able to rotate it. And hold it for a pause at the top of the movement, then let it back down. Remember, quality always trumps quantity. So starting with that rowing movement, arms back, externally rotate, and hold. Okay, I'll show you one or two more exercises, and that'll complete this video. Okay, so here we are at our last exercise for this video. Just going to show you 3 different variations for external rotation at the shoulder. This is going to primarily work your teres minor muscle, which is the prime mover for external rotation at the shoulder joint, to further facilitate helping to move your shoulders backwards. So the first one we're going to do, you can lay on a bench, get a light dumbbell. It doesn't have to be too heavy or anything. Again, you want to shoot somewhere between that 15 to 20 repetition range. After you've been doing it for a while, you can go a little bit lower, but again, these small muscles get worked better with a higher volume. So this is how you're going to do it. Lay on your side, support just below the elbow with one hand, drop your your hand down, then bring it back up. That's it. You just bring it back up to parallel. If you start coming up any higher than that, your arm's going to start abducting or raising away from your torso, which will basically make this exercise no longer effective, because the range of motion for that muscle only extends basically to about parallel to the ground. Okay, so another variation of this you can do it standing up, and all these things are pretty similar. They just basically hit it at a slightly different angle. So if you want, this is a great warm-up exercise too if you're doing like deadlifts or something, because it kind of tenses all the muscles in your posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, just gets everything warmed up. So stand like this, pinch your elbows into your sides, and rotate it out. Make sure your elbows stay at your sides the whole time. Don't let them drift away from your body. As the tendency is you come up a little higher, they're going to want to drift. Maybe even hold it for a second at the top and drop it back down under control the whole time. Okay, another exercise you can do is using a resistance band. And so again, you can keep that pinched in tight to your side, pull it out to the side, and envision that band kind of stretching the muscle out as it's pulling it back. When it reaches full stretch, pull it back and squeeze it. Alright, well that wraps up this third video in the Healthy Shoulders video series. I hope you found the information useful. And be sure to check out my final video in the series where I cover exercises for the rhomboids as well as exercise variations for the middle and rear deltoids. Be sure to like this video, comment below, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.